only glimpsed in myth.
Hey guys, Tiddy here. So yeah, Diablo 4. So for those who don't know, I'm actually a big fan of ARPGs, although I haven't recorded or streamed it. But recently I got actually burnt out um, with playing ARPGs. Let's talk about 3 or 4 years already, or 2 years, something around that number. I think it's because I actually played Path of Exile for like 3 to 4 years straight without any like every league I actually created a character, played, farmed and whatnot. They're actually burnt out by doing so, and I think those years I haven't juggled any games or I haven't played any games beside Path of Exile and League of Legends. And you know League of Legends, right? It's actually I'll just not talk about it. Anyway, I'm actually one of the people who criticized Diablo 4 at first. I was actually concerned with the game's monetization or how it works. With the release of the monetization of Diablo Immortal, we actually, if you're not living under a rock, you actually know how Diablo Immortal was received by most veterans of the franchise, and not just Diablo Immortal, but every gamer or every player out there got their reservations for Diablo Immortal and its monetization. So yeah, and also with the introduction of the battle pass system in Diablo 4, actually got me concerned, and I actually bought the game so late. I think a month or 3 weeks after the game was released. I just played this week, so yeah, that should give you an idea. Um, I finally played the game like this week again. It was really fun for me. I'm actually still having fun. I thought that it will be the same as Path of Exile, but it's not, because they actually introduced the whole skill tree system and whatnot. The MMORPG, or you can see other players in the map. So it's kind of like PoE at first when they introduced, or when they released like teasers for the game. So I was actually in the mindset that it will be the same or something similar. Um, so let me break down my experience so far, in layman's term, or so that we can like have this video short. I hope. Currently, I'm level 56 or 55, and I'm playing as a rogue because I like assassin-esque class or something. I'm still on T3 difficulty. So to give you an idea, it's the second to the last, I think, difficulty, because T4 is the most difficult one um, on the series or in this installment. The way that I can describe Diablo 4 is that the skill and paragon system is actually more complex, or at least there's more variety on what you can build compared to Diablo 3, but it's less intricate than what of PoE. So because if you're a new player and you first go to PoE, you'd be overwhelmed with the information on how you can build certain classes or builds. So yeah. And if you're thinking that you'd be jumping in Diablo 4 with the mindset that this will be another ARPG, you'd be kind of wrong in a sense, because it actually feels more like an MMORPG than an ARPG. So you can see people in the overworld. You can team up and clean up overworld mobs, participate together in overworld events. There are a lot of events that's happening on the map. So, and it's not like a mandatory event that you need to go, but uh, yeah, it's like an interactive event. Like you can participate if you want and whatnot. Anyway, you can chat with them as well. You can defeat. There are actually world bosses. There's actually a website already that there's actually two big events in the overworld. One is the Helltide event, which I will not explain on this video. Um, and like bigger event is the world boss, which is I think happens twice or thrice every day. So yeah, there's actually a website that tracks those events. It's actually kind of fun. And yeah, you can defeat world bosses together and etc. The the overworld events feel so interactive. Like if you go to this town, there's this event. You can, even if the events feel repetitive, because every town, let's say there's 5 or 6 towns, or um they're not towns. They're like areas. Yeah, if there's 5 to 6 areas, there are two of those areas will have like certain events that you can do. I'll not spoil anything, but yeah, you can do these events and like claim a reward or something. Yeah. Anyway, I can't actually translate two words. Yeah. Anyway, so it's not like you can clear it easily. Like these events, even though they're like, it feels like the mechanics of each event adds the to the difficulty of that event. Like for example, if you just have to clear mobs of that particular event, um, the certain mechanic of that event, like you have to stand still or you have to extract this particular essence from the mobs or something, it actually adds to the difficulty of the event. You just have to experience it, man. You just have to experience it. It's actually kind of fun. Anyway, I'm actually I digress. I'm actually getting off tangent. So also I'll just touch something with what I've discussed earlier. There are actually events that feels kind of detriment depending on what class you pick. So for example, if you have picked druid or necromancer, which is the least mobile classes in Diablo, there are events that will actually be harder for you than of a rogue or a sorcerer. So I think this is one of Blizzard's issue, even with other games or their other games, which is the balancing of each and every character or class in their games. So I hope that I actually know that it's really hard to balance anything from any game or any developer. I haven't seen any game that's balanced across the board. So I hope that it will feel like less unfair in a sense when they patch things up, when they receive feedback from the player base. So yeah. Anyway, also there's a reputation system for each town. Yeah, I haven't discussed that, but and the rewards are no joke. It's not like you can't skip them. You can actually skip the rewards, but the rewards are so character impacting that you want to finish the reputation system. And anyway, when I talk about Diablo as well, it's impossible that story won't be a part of it, because god damn, the story of Diablo is really really good for me. It's so simple, like angels, demons fighting any movie or TV series that's involving angels and demons have this same like plotline, but Diablo has another oomph to the story. So it's impossible that story won't be a part of Diablo, or the reason that I play Diablo. I have been interested with the story since I played D3, so it's my first Diablo game. After experiencing Diablo 3, especially Reaper of Souls, I actually watched video compilations of D1 and D2 just to understand the whole story or the whole lore behind the game. Like in-depth YouTube explanations, and I did a fair amount of research on this franchise. So yeah, I'm actually interested in the story as well, how it developed and whatnot. However, Diablo 4 is I think Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls was more interesting story-wise for me than base Diablo 4. Like if I have to rank, it's Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls DLC, Diablo 1, Diablo 2, and then 4 would be the last. But it doesn't mean it's really bad. It's just I think I just rank it the last because, or the least because I'm not sure. Like Lilith is not that impacting as I imagined. So yeah. All in all, Diablo 4 is a really good game, especially if you're a fan of ARPG to begin with. And for those who are new and is thinking of jumping into the ARPG genre, I think Diablo 4 is a really good game to begin. Please note though that ARPGs tend to have seasonal systems. So seasonal systems are like every season. I think it's a span of 3 months or so every season. The game devs will actually introduce a new mechanic to the game. Like for example, there's a new area or a new portal or a new resource that you have to collect from mobs, and that resource will create an item or a key or something. Uh, just like a spice to the main dish that's different every season, so that every season you can experience like different like a different gameplay or something. And with this, every season you have to actually start back from the beginning. What I mean is that your old characters from the old season or the past seasons will be transported to the Eternal Realm. So the Eternal Realm is like just like a bank for your characters, but those characters you can still play those characters. However, they will not have the new mechanic that's introduced in the current season. So if you want to experience the new mechanic that's in the current season, you have to create a new character and start from level 1. But from what I've heard, you can actually skip the story in Diablo since the campaign or story is account wide, if I'm correct. Because for Path of Exile, every time you create a character, you actually have to follow the story over and over again, even if it's the same season. Even if you have created a character on the same season, you have to start from scratch again, but you have to start the story again. So in Diablo, that's different. You can actually skip the story and go to leveling and whatnot. Anyway, and hopefully as well, the renown system will be skippable too. Like if one of your characters have already completed the renown system, hopefully all of the succeeding characters will have completed the renown as well. So because don't get me wrong, the renown system is good, it's fun. However, if I'm just putting myself into like playing this game thousands and thousands of hours, I can't see myself enjoying the renown system or farming for the renown system every time I create a character or every time there's a new season. So I can't imagine the grind that you have to go through. However, I think that's the point of the game. If they will actually reset the renown system, I think that's fine, but I would still prefer that it will be skippable. Anyway, I digress. So if you have questions, I think that's all. I think if you have questions about the game, please feel free to comment them below. I'll answer it to the best of my ability, as I am still 1 week or so in the game. Also, please check out my Twitch as well. I may be streaming right now if you're seeing this part of the video. Again, thank you so much for watching and see you soon. Jane!